Welcome back to the Chief and On YouTube channel. I'm your host, the Chief, and this is another FM career simulation. So this time, as you will know, as you've clicked on this video, we are simulating the career of Jamal Musiala. So he is the young prodigy who came off the bench against Leipzig for Bayern Munich in the new Classico last weekend and scored Bayern's opener to equalise and make it 1-1. So the kid's got talent. He's an English-German. He started his career in Germany, but then moved to Chelsea very quickly and was in their youth academy at Cobham for quite a while before making the move to Bayern last season. And now he's getting game time and scoring goals in the top division in the Bundesliga. So as we do, we're going to simulate his career and see how good Football Manager thinks he's going to be. As always, there's no injuries on this game, so nothing to curtail his career. It's just going to be a straight shot, see how good he will be. So looking first at Musiala, so his PA, so his potential ability, is actually set to -9, which means it can be anywhere in the range of 150 to 180 based in the game, and that'll be randomized by the game. So he could be very, very good, or he could be a mid-tier player. We will find out. But as you can see, his stats look very, very good. Personality already professional, which is great, which will help him improve a lot in the game. Currently down as an English player because he's played for some under 16 football and under 17 football for England. But as always, you can always switch allegiances in this game. And yes, stats are looking quite good. Nothing in the green yet, but a lot of his physical stats are in the yellows and they'll just improve over time. And a lot of the stats he needs playing attacking midfielder, striker, dribbling, finishing, first touch, composure, concentration, decisions, technique is incredible. So yeah, be interesting to see how well he does. But for now, as you know, we're going to fast forward. So the date is 1st of July 2023 and we're now 3 years into the simulation. So we're going to check on Musiala. So here we have our man, Jamal Musiala. He's now 20 years old. And he's switched allegiance to Germany. It's so interesting. He's actually switched allegiance to Germany. And he's now on the FC Bayern first team proper. And he's known as a WONDERKID. So stats-wise, he's looking pretty samey. Nothing's really gone up to a green anyway. Some of his stats physically have improved slightly. But still around the 13-14 mark. But he's worth 9.25 million and earning 11.5k a week, and they've actually started playing him out wide left as well, so he's picked up that position. But let's have a look at his career stats to date. So as you can see, in the first season he actually made 2 appearances off the bench, so accurate to what he's been doing in real life, where he's actually made appearances for Bayern, and he got 1 assist in that first season in the 2 starts. But in the third league for Bayern 2, he was ripping it up. 17 goals in 40 games, 8 assists, 7.19 average rating, great. Second season after that, even more clinical, 30 games, 20 goals, 6 assists, 7.53 average rating. And then Bayern said, you know what, we'll send you on loan for the second part of the season. And he went to Freiburg and scored 7 goals in 14 appearances. So that's a great start to his career. Ripped up the second league, or the third league rather. And then Bayern said, you know what, we need to see you do it in the Bundesliga. They loaned him out, 7 goals in 14 games, great return. And now this season and last season, he then spent most of it in the Bayern first team. And he played 4 games and scored 1 goal. So again, he's in and around the team now, breakthrough prospect. Should see more game time this season with Bayern. But he's there or thereabouts. He's coming along quite nicely. No player traits picked up as of yet, but we'll see if that improves. So in terms of milestones, as you can see, he actually was in the Freiburg best 11. So even after his short cameo for Freiburg, he made their best 11. And that's his biography. So hit pause if you want to read that in full. But we are going to fast forward now. So we're back. The date is 1st of July 2033. Man United have just snapped up Mason Mount for 4.2 million from Inter Milan. But we are checking on Musiala. So Jamal Musiala is now valued at 45 million and 105k a week. And he's at Hertha Berlin. So Hertha Berlin always seem to earn a bit of money in the game that they can afford to pay players 105k a week. But looking at his personality, it's actually gone down to fairly professional. So that's quite interesting. Wonder if he was put in a mentor group that wasn't good for him, but that probably held him back a bit. Picked up some player traits, runs the ball through centre, moves to the channels, likes to beat the offside trap, cuts inside from the left wing. But stats wise, he's not really made any great improvements. We've seen his off the ball skills go up, but his physical stats have stayed stagnant pretty much. And his technical stats as well have stayed pretty stagnant. So he's looking like a middle of the road player. What's happened in his career though? Let's have a look at the stats. So as you can see, the season that we picked up last, we were expecting him to start playing more games for Bayern, but they said, actually, we don't need you in the squad, so we're going to loan you out. So they loaned him out to Schalke, and for Schalke, he scored 5 goals in 26 games. So whether he's playing attacking midfielder or whether he just wasn't clinical, that was his first poor return, you could say. The next season after that, he improved, especially his average rating improved quite a lot. So maybe he was playing attacking midfielder because he got 9 goals and 7 assists there in 30 games. Before he finally left Bayern and they sold him to Newcastle. So Newcastle came in for him and he moved to the Premier League. And he, in 31 games, scored 9 goals and 6 assists. So again, that's not a great return for a striker, but as an attacking midfielder, that's quite a handy return. So he might have been playing attacking midfielder. Then he spent another 4 seasons at Newcastle. Season after that, 27 and 8, 31 and 8, 33 and 6, before he had his best season to date as a senior pro, 16 goals in 33 appearances, and this is at the ripe old age of 26-27. So he finally put it all together and started scoring properly, and Hertha Berlin came in for him and said, you know what, time to come back, rip up the Bundesliga. And he came back with 12 goals in 28 games, so not a bad return for a striker. Again, he's probably playing striker at this point in his career, but not a bad little return. Season after that, 9 goals in 20 games, so almost 1 in 2 again. That's quite a good return. But then the season just gone, he had a poor season. So he was coming off the bench mostly, but only 18 games and 3 goals. So tail end of his career, Musiala's not looking as good as you'd expect him to be. So in terms of milestones, the only notable one is his purchase from Hertha Berlin. So in terms of milestones, the only notable one is his purchase for 54 million by Hertha. Competitions wise, he had a couple of runners-up medals. So he actually played for the England under-21s before reverting to Germany, and he was runner-up in the under-21 championship and runner-up in the Super Cup with Hertha, but no competitions. And in terms of biography, that's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. So we're back. The date is 1st of July 2038. Inzaghi is the Italian manager. Both Man City and Man United are looking for new managers. And we're going to check on Musiala, who should be now 35 years old. So here we are. Jamal Musiala. He's professional again, and he's a veteran striker, so his personality's improved again. Stats wise, he's obviously started to decline, especially physically, because he's in the tail end of his career. Technical skills, still maintaining them, but his dribbling's gone down a little bit. Off the ball, still good. Mental stats, still decent. And he's been played in a few more positions, so wide right as well. They've played him a little bit there. But he's on the transfer list at Bayern Munich, but he's on the transfer list at Bayer Leverkusen, and he's only an impact sub. What I do need to do actually is implement the German fix, so he could have got some international football for Germany, but as such, he didn't in this game. So not because he was necessarily bad, but because you need to implement the German fix to enable real players to be called up rather than just regens. But let's have a look at the career stats. So after his 3 and 18 season at Hertha, he had another down year with only 3 in 13. Again, mostly off the bench, before Hertha decided to start playing him again, and he returned the favour, scoring 14 and 33 games, so one of his best seasons to date. Then 7 and 25 the season after that. Again, he played quite a lot of games before Lille decided to buy him, and he had a stint in League One. So he's now played in the Premier League, Bundesliga and League One. Only scored 2 goals in 21 games, again mostly off the bench, so not able to contribute that much, before Bayer Leverkusen said, come back to Germany, just come and play for us. and he scored no goals. Four games off the bench, scored no goals, and they put him on the transfer list. So it's not been great so far for our man. I think FM might have this one wrong a little bit because he looks a talent. But let's have a look at the milestones. So he won the Super Cup with Hertha in 2034. So he got a winner's medal over the line at least. Couple more transfers. But unfortunately, a relegation on his CV as well. So that's a blemish with Bayer Leverkusen. So in terms of biography, this is biography in full. Just the 1 minute medal. So hit pause if you want to read that in full. But he's at the tail end of his career. We're going to push forward and see if we can't make him. So we're back. The date is 1st of July 2040. Filippo Inzaghi's left Italy and is now Netherlands manager, but his job is insecure yet again. And Milan have signed Edison Cavani as their new manager. But we're here for Musiala, so let's have a check on him. So there we have it. Jamal Musiala has now retired at the ripe old age of 36. So after leaving Bayer Leverkusen, he then joined FC Copenhagen in Denmark. So he got a bit of football in Denmark. Scored 6 goals in 14 appearances. But in total, he played for 10 clubs, scoring 164 goals in 489 appearances. For a player as talented as Musiala seems to be in real life, this seems a little bit of an underwhelming career. He only got the 1 winner's medal over the line. He got 2 winners' medals over the line. So he stayed with Bayer Leverkusen the year they were relegated and they won the second league. And he got the Under-21 Championship Golden Boot runner-up. That's one we missed. But apart from that, it's not been an amazing career. But I mean, still, 164 goals, playing for some of the biggest clubs in the world, especially Chelsea in the youth team. Bayern, he made some appearances for the main team. Played in France, played in Denmark, played in England in the Premier League, scored goals there. Tidy little career for a middle-of-the-road player, but for a wonder kid like Musiala, not so great. But that is it for Musiala. So now we're going to have a look at the rest of this world and see what craziness has gone on. So starting with everyone's favourite, Ballon d'Or. So no award given. And then after that, we had Lewandowski winning the award. So many people believe he would have won the award in 2020. So it's nice to see him win it in 2021. And Paulo Dybala, a move to Liverpool always seems to be on the cards in a lot of foot managers, especially 20. But he moved to Liverpool and won the Ballon d'Or. And then it was Kylian Mbappe time. So Mbappe won 6 Ballon d'Ors in a row. That's a feat that we've never seen before, but Mbappe did it. For Lautaro Martinez, his teammate won it and he came second. So it's nice for his teammate to get one over the line at 32. Before we saw Regen come through, Mbappe still 3rd place. But then Mbappe said, you know what, one more for the road. 7-time winner. I'm signing out. Peace. And yeah, just Regen's the rest of the way. But interestingly enough, no Erling Haaland. So in this simulation, Erling Haaland has not got close to the Ballon d'Or at all. So in the Champions League, we have pretty much regular winners, nothing too crazy popping up here. Liverpool, Barca, City, Liverpool, Dortmund, that's a nice win, but we've seen them in finals before. Atletico Madrid again, nice win, but we've seen them in finals before. And in the World Cup, we have an amazing one here. In the most recent World Cup, the United States have won the World Cup. That is amazing. Incredible job for them to get over the line. And that seems about right in terms of actual real life. It'd probably be about 2038 before they can put together a team to win the tournament. But Netherlands, runners up 3 times in a row. That's going to really, really hurt. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That makes it 5 runners-up medals in a row. Or 5 runners-up medals in total. And the most runners-up medals ever. Second only to Argentina. Argentina in second with 4. And we have to special shout out to England here. They've done it again. 3 World Cups in the simulation. I think they won 2 in the simulation we did with Henry. So it's just amazing what England can do with the investment they put into the youth and grassroots setup. They are now winning World Cups further down the line. Be interesting to see if England can do it in real life. Maybe not with Southgate at the helm, but who knows. In the Euros, as you'd expect, England got another 2 because they've been quite dominant. Belgium, France and Spain. Then the Nations League, again, France doing well, Italy doing well in the Nations League. England again getting a couple as you'd expect, but nothing too crazy. Croatia with a nice second place. And the biggest transfer in this game was an Inter-Spain transfer. So from Real San Sebastian to Barcelona, Borja Ubis, a tidy looking regen, went for 159 million. Then the biggest non-region transfer was for Mason Greenwood, 156 million from Man United to Barcelona. And he's now a director of football, interestingly enough. But that is it for another FM career simulation. Hope you've enjoyed it. I love making these. Anything can happen in this game, as you can see. And it's always interesting to see young wonder kids and how good they can become in the future. Not too happy about how it turned out for Musiala in the end, but that's the beauty of this simulation. It's just a simulation. He could impress us in real life and become the world's best. And we're looking forward to seeing it for Bayern and whoever he plays for in the future. But as always, like, comment and share this video. Subscribe to the channel, Chief of None. Keep it locked. We're going to keep more content coming for you all year long. But for now, I've been your host, the Chief, and I'm out. Peace.